Imagine this. You're sitting in front of your computer watching an English video. You understand every single word. You nod your head thinking, yes, I know this. I can do this. But then someone suddenly asks you a simple question. Hey, what did you have for breakfast? And your mind freezes. You know the words. You know the grammar. But your mouth refuses to move. You smile awkwardly and say, does this sound familiar? If it does, don't worry. You are not alone. Millions of English learners around the world feel the same way. They can read perfectly. They can write amazing essays. But when it comes to speaking, something blocks them. It's like there's a wall between their brain and their mouth. That wall is what we are going to break today. Today's lesson is not about learning new grammar rules or memorizing long vocabulary lists. It's about something more powerful, training your mouth, not your mind. Because fluent English is not about knowing more, it's about using what you already know, confidently and naturally. Let's start with a simple truth. Your mouth has memory. Yes, that's right. Just like your muscles remember how to ride a bike or play the guitar, your mouth can remember how to speak English smoothly. It's called muscle memory. When you train your mouth to produce English sounds, words, and sentences repeatedly, they become automatic. You stop thinking. You just speak. Think about how you speak your native language. You don't stop and plan every word. You don't calculate grammar. You just open your mouth, and words flow naturally. That's because your mouth and brain work together automatically after years of practice. The same thing can happen with English. You just need to train your mouth the same way you trained it for your first language, through repetition, speaking out loud, and real-life use. Let's try something right now. Repeat after me. I can train my mouth to speak English naturally. Again, with more confidence, I can train my mouth to speak English naturally. One more time. Like you really mean it, I can train my mouth to speak English naturally. When you repeat words out loud, you are not only learning vocabulary, you are building a new habit. You are teaching your tongue, lips, and mouth muscles to move in new ways. English has different rhythms and sounds from your language. So if you want to sound more natural, you need to give your mouth some exercise, just like a singer or an athlete does. Here's a story for you. A few years ago, there was a young man named Amir. He was from Pakistan. Amir studied English for almost 10 years. He could write essays, translate difficult texts, and even read novels. But he couldn't speak. Whenever someone spoke to him in English, he froze. He thought too much. He wanted to say the perfect sentence. He worried about grammar, accent, and mistakes. As a result, he said nothing. One day, Amir watched a video where an English teacher said, "Don't think English, speak English." That line hit him. So he decided to change his method. Every morning, he stood in front of a mirror and talked to himself in English. He described his day. "I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making tea. I'm feeling good today." He didn't care about mistakes. He just spoke. At first it was weird. He laughed at himself. But after 2 weeks, something amazing happened. His words started flowing more easily. His pronunciation improved, his confidence grew, and when he finally spoke to his colleague in English, he didn't hesitate. He didn't translate in his head. His mouth just knew what to do. That's the power of mouth training. So let me ask you, are you training your mouth every day? Or are you only training your mind by reading and writing? Let's make a small change starting today. Every time you learn a new word, don't just write it down. Say it out loud. Feel how it sounds. For example, if you learn the word beautiful, don't just read it silently. Say it like this: beautiful. Stretch the sound. Feel your lips move. Then make your own sentence. This world is beautiful. Learning English is beautiful. My effort is beautiful. Now you try. Say those sentences out loud. Don't worry about anyone listening. The most important listener is you. Remember, speaking is a skill. It's not knowledge. Just like swimming or driving, you can't learn it by reading about it. You learn it by doing it again and again. I know some of you might be shy. You might say, but I don't have anyone to talk to. Guess what? You don't need anyone at first. You can talk to yourself. You can record your voice. You can shadow English videos. That means listening and speaking at the same time. Shadowing is one of the best exercises to train your mouth. Here's how you do it. Choose a short English video. Maybe your favorite movie scene or a motivational speech. Play one sentence, pause, and repeat it exactly the same way. Try to copy the tone, the rhythm, the emotion. Do it 5 times if you need to. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is movement, to make your mouth comfortable with English sounds. Let's practice right now. I'll say a short sentence and you repeat after me. English is not hard. Again, English is not hard. One more time, louder. English is not hard. When you speak out loud, you are not just practicing language, you are building courage. You are teaching your brain that it's safe to speak. That's how confidence grows. I want you to remember this line. Fluency is built through action, not imagination. You can imagine speaking fluently all day, but unless you open your mouth, nothing changes. Here's a quick challenge for you. For the next 7 days, talk to yourself in English for 5 minutes every morning. You can talk about your plans, your dreams, or what you did yesterday. Don't stop. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep your mouth moving. After 1 week, you'll be surprised how much smoother your English feels. You can even create small habits. For example, when you see something, describe it in English. The sky is blue today. I'm drinking hot tea. My phone is charging. These small sentences are powerful because they connect English to your real life. Let's make one thing clear. You don't need to sound like a native speaker. You just need to sound like your best English self, clear, confident, and natural. Every accent has its beauty. What matters is clarity and comfort, not imitation. When you train your mouth, you're also training your confidence. You start believing, yes, I can speak English. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to communicate. And that belief is what changes everything. You see, your mouth is like an instrument. If you never play it, it gets rusty. But if you play it every day, the sound becomes smoother, richer, and more natural. So are you ready to train your mouth starting today? Say it with me. I will speak English every day. Again, I will speak English every day. One more time. I will train my mouth, not just my mind. Beautiful. Keep that energy. Because the more you speak, the more natural it becomes. Now, before we move on to the next part, I want you to reflect on this question. How much of your English practice is real speaking time? If it's less than 30%, then it's time to change that. Make your mouth the hero of your English journey, because speaking English is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. When you think about learning English, what comes to your mind first? For many learners, it's grammar rules, vocabulary lists, reading exercises, and long textbooks. But here's the truth. Real communication is not built in your notebook. It's built in your mouth. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met a person who has studied English for years, but still struggles to speak? Maybe that person is you. You've learned all the tenses, all the words, all the grammar structures, but when it's time to talk, you feel stuck. Why does that happen? Because your mouth hasn't practiced enough. Think of your brain as the storage room of English. It keeps all your knowledge, words, and grammar. But your mouth is the delivery system. If the delivery system doesn't work, it doesn't matter how much you have stored inside. You might have hundreds of English sentences in your brain, but unless your mouth can deliver them quickly, communication fails. That's why from today, I want you to focus on mouth practice, not just mind practice. Mind practice is reading, writing, and listening silently. Mouth practice is speaking out loud, using your voice, your breath, your tone, your energy. You need both, but most learners only do one. Let's make this practical. Say you learn a new phrase like, "How have you been?" Many learners just read it, understand it, and move on. But fluent speakers don't stop there. They say it out loud again and again until it feels natural. Try it now. Repeat after me. How have you been? Say it again, faster this time. How have you been? One more time with emotion. Hey, how have you been? Can you feel the rhythm? That's what mouth training gives you. Rhythm, flow, and naturalness. When you repeat phrases out loud, your mouth learns the music of English. Here's something interesting. Babies don't learn language by studying grammar. They learn by listening and repeating sounds. They make mistakes all the time, but they keep talking. And because they keep talking, they become fluent. You can learn English the same way, by speaking more and thinking less. Let me tell you about Maria, a learner from Brazil. When she started learning English, she was shy and afraid to speak. She said, "I know so many words, but they disappear when I try to talk." Her teacher gave her a new rule. Speak English every single day, even if it's just 5 minutes. Maria began speaking while cooking, walking, and even in the shower. She described everything she was doing. "I'm washing the dishes. I'm cutting vegetables. I'm singing in English." At first it sounded funny, but after 1 month, Maria noticed something amazing. English started to come out more naturally. She didn't translate from Portuguese anymore. Her mouth had learned the habit of speaking English directly. She told her teacher, "Now I don't think before I speak. I just speak." That's mouth training in action. Let's do a short interactive exercise. I'll say some common English phrases. You repeat them loudly wherever you are. Ready? I'm getting better every day. I can speak English clearly. I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I train my mouth with confidence. Beautiful. When you say these out loud, you're not only practicing pronunciation, you're building confidence inside your brain. You're telling yourself, "Yes, I can do this." Now let's talk about fear. Many English learners don't speak because they're afraid. Afraid of sounding silly, afraid of making mistakes, afraid of people laughing. But remember this, mistakes are proof that you're learning. No one becomes fluent by staying silent. I remember one of my students, Jin from Korea. During class, he never spoke. He wrote everything perfectly, but refused to open his mouth. One day I told him, "Jin, I want you to speak for 1 minute every day, even if you only say 1 sentence. The next day, he said, "Today I'm happy." The day after, "Today I am tired." The third day, "I am tired, but I'm learning." Slowly, he began to speak more. After a few weeks, Jin's English transformed. He made mistakes, yes, but he laughed about them. He realized that speaking is not about perfection, it's about connection. He started enjoying the sound of his own English voice. And once he stopped being afraid, fluency followed. Here's what you should remember. You can't fix your English by being quiet. You can only fix it by speaking more. Think of mistakes as your teachers. Every mistake shows you where to grow. Let's make a little affirmation together. Repeat after me. I'm not scared of mistakes. I learn every time I speak. My voice deserves to be heard. Doesn't that feel powerful? Say it again when you wake up in the morning. Say it before you practice speaking. You'll feel your energy change. Now let's talk about pronunciation. Many learners say, "I can't sound natural," but that's because they don't practice with their mouth enough. English pronunciation is physical. It's about how your lips, tongue, and jaw move. For example, the sound ta in words like think or this doesn't exist in many languages. You have to train your mouth to do it. Try it with me. Put your tongue lightly between your teeth and blow air out. Now add sound shis. Good. Say it slowly. Think this. Thank you. Perfect. You see, that's mouth training. Do this every day. Focus on small sounds. English rhythm is also important. English has a natural up and down melody. For example, listen. How are you? Goes up and down. I'm fine, thank you. Try to feel that music when you speak. Let's practice together. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. What about you? You're doing great. The more you repeat these patterns, the more natural you'll sound. Another helpful exercise is shadowing. Do you remember it from section 1? Let's try again. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat it immediately after me. Don't wait, just copy the rhythm. Ready? I'm improving my English every day. I speak with confidence and joy. My English flows naturally. Excellent. That's how native speakers practice their own language for performance, by shadowing and repeating until it feels effortless. And here's a secret. Even native speakers practice their mouth movements when learning other languages. They exaggerate sounds, mimic accents, and record themselves. You can do the same. Try recording yourself speaking English for 1 minute today. Talk about your favorite food, your dreams, or your daily routine. When you listen to it, don't judge yourself. Just listen. Notice your pronunciation, your rhythm, your tone. Then say it again a little smoother. That's how you train your mouth to grow stronger every day. And please, don't aim for perfection. Perfection is a myth that kills progress. Focus on improvement instead. Every time you open your mouth and speak English, you're one step closer to fluency. Here's one more story about Ali, a taxi driver who wanted to speak English with his passengers. He didn't have time to go to classes, so he made his taxi his classroom. He put English songs on the radio, repeated lines from them, and practiced greeting his customers in English. Good morning. How are you today? Over time, his pronunciation improved. His sentences became smoother, and his customers started saying, "Wow, your English is really good." Ali didn't learn from a book. He learned by training his mouth every day. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. That's the kind of practice that builds real fluency. So here's your challenge for this week. Every day, pick one short video or paragraph in English. Listen to it and repeat it out loud until you can say it smoothly. Focus on how your mouth feels. Don't rush. Enjoy the sound of English coming from your voice. And remember, your mouth is your greatest English teacher. You don't have to be perfect to speak. You just have to be brave enough to start. Say it with me now. I will use my mouth to build my English confidence. Again, I speak English without fear. And one last time, proudly, I am becoming a natural English speaker. That's the spirit. Keep going like this, and you'll be amazed at how far you come. Let's take a deep breath together. You've already come so far. You've learned that fluency doesn't live in your brain. It lives in your mouth. You've learned that speaking out loud every day builds muscle memory, confidence, and rhythm. But now, let's talk about the next level. How to stay consistent, how to build your English life, and how to speak naturally and confidently anywhere, anytime. Because the truth is, consistency is everything. You can watch hundreds of English videos, but if you don't use your mouth every day, your progress will fade. So how do you make speaking practice part of your daily life? You make it simple. You make it fun. You make it yours. Let me tell you a story about someone who did exactly that. Her name is Nisha from India. She used to love watching English movies, but she never practiced speaking. One day she decided to change that. Every time she watched a movie, she paused after every line and repeated what the actor said. Same tone, same rhythm, same expression. She laughed, acted, and even recorded herself. At first, it was funny, but after a few weeks, her pronunciation became smoother. Her sentences flowed, and her confidence exploded. She told me something beautiful. She said, "Now when I speak English, I don't feel like I'm performing. I feel like I'm being myself." That's the magic of mouth training. It helps you find your English personality, the confident, expressive version of you that's already inside. You see, many learners think English speaking is only about words, but it's also about attitude, energy, and emotion. When you speak with energy, people listen. When you speak with emotion, people connect. And when you speak from the heart, even simple English becomes powerful. So don't worry about using big, complicated words. Use simple words beautifully. Use them with confidence, clarity, and feeling. That's what real fluency looks like. Let's practice that right now. Repeat after me with emotion. I am confident when I speak English. My voice is strong and clear. I express myself with ease. English is part of my daily life. Perfect. Feel how your body changes when you say those words? That's what we call speaking with emotion. When you speak with energy, your mouth relaxes and your fluency increases naturally. Now, let's talk about another important idea, thinking in English. You've probably heard people say, "Don't translate in your head," but how can you stop translating? The answer is simple, by speaking more. When you train your mouth to respond automatically, your brain stops translating because it doesn't have time to. You go directly from thought to sound. Let's do a quick mental exercise. Imagine you wake up in the morning. Instead of thinking in your native language, describe your morning in English. I'm getting up. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making breakfast. I'm feeling excited for today. Say it as you do it. This connects your thoughts, actions, and language together. That's how you slowly build an English-speaking habit. You can also use English for small talk with yourself during the day. When you're walking, think, "The weather feels nice." When you're working, say, "I'm focused." When you're tired, say, "I need a break." These small sentences are like tiny seeds. Each one grows into confidence. Remember, fluency doesn't come in one big moment. It comes from hundreds of small moments where you choose to speak instead of staying silent. Here's something powerful. English is not something you study. It's something you live. The more you use it in real situations, even small ones, the faster you grow. Speak to your friends in English for a few minutes a day. Order coffee in English if you can. Leave voice messages in English. Join online communities. The world is full of people learning just like you. One of my favorite students, Karim, used to practice English while playing online games. He talked with other players, gave directions, made jokes, and learned new phrases. Over time, his English became fluent without any textbooks. He told me, "I didn't even feel like I was studying. I was just living in English." That's the mindset I want you to have. Don't study English, live it. Make it part of who you are. And if you ever feel stuck, remember why you started. Maybe you want a better job. Maybe you want to travel, study abroad, or connect with people around the world. Maybe you just want to express yourself freely. Whatever your reason, keep it close to your heart. Every time you open your mouth and speak English, you're moving closer to that dream. Now let's talk about confidence. Confidence is not something you wait for. It's something you build by doing. The first time you speak English, you might feel nervous. The second time, you'll still feel nervous. But the 10th time, you'll feel lighter. The 100th time, you'll smile while speaking. Confidence is built through repetition. Here's a trick. Before speaking English, take a deep breath and smile. Smiling relaxes your face and makes your voice sound more natural. Then start with a small, simple sentence. Don't overthink. Just let your words flow. Say it with me now. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to express myself. I speak English with joy and confidence. You're doing amazing. Now, imagine you're talking to someone in English. You forget a word. What should you do? Don't panic. Use other words. Use your hands. Describe it. Say, I mean, or it's like. That's what real speakers do. Native speakers forget words all the time, but they keep talking. The secret is not perfection. It's flexibility. Here's another secret. Speak slower. Many learners think fluency means speaking fast, but true fluency means speaking clearly. Slow down, pronounce your words, and give your mouth time to move naturally. Fast speaking comes later. First comes clarity. Let's practice clarity right now. Repeat these short sentences after me, slowly and clearly. I believe in my progress. Every day my English improves. I enjoy speaking English. I am proud of how far I've come. Beautiful. That's how your confidence grows, sentence by sentence, moment by moment. Now, before we finish, I want to share one final story. There was a woman named Rosa who moved to London. She was shy and avoided speaking English. One day she decided to challenge herself. She made a promise to talk to one stranger in English every day. Sometimes she asked for directions. Sometimes she ordered coffee. Sometimes she just said hello. After 1 month, she told me, "Now I don't feel scared anymore. English feels natural." Do you know what she did differently? She used her mouth every single day. That's it. No secret formula. Just courage and repetition. You can do the same. Whether you're at home, at work, or online, speak English out loud. Don't let fear or perfection stop you, because every time you speak, you grow. Every time you repeat, you build muscle memory. Every time you believe, you become more fluent. Now let's finish this journey together with one last round of affirmations. Say them with your full heart. My mouth is my English gym. I speak confidently and naturally. I trust my voice. I'm training my mouth, not my mind. I am becoming fluent, one word at a time. Feel that power? That's your confidence rising. That's your English voice becoming stronger. Remember, fluency is not a gift, it's a result. It's the result of every moment you choose to speak instead of staying silent. So from today, don't just think English. Live it, speak it, breathe it. Train your mouth every day, and soon your words will flow like music. You'll speak naturally. You'll speak confidently. And you'll finally realize something beautiful. You were always capable. You just needed to open your mouth and let your English voice shine, because your English journey is not about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to speak your truth in any language. Congratulations, my friend. You are no longer just a learner. You are a speaker. Keep training your mouth, keep believing in yourself, and keep speaking English with confidence. Your voice matters. Your story matters. And the world deserves to hear it.